Hi, welcome to the Vinegar Voice podcast. I'm Renee Crotty, and I'm here with
Julia Bychowski.
And today we're going to be reviewing Olivia Rodrigo's sophomore album, Guts. Okay.
Woohoo!
Yeah! So, first impressions of the album. So, what were your impressions of the album cover?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like it that much when I first saw it, and I still don't like it as much as the Sour cover, simply because it doesn't feel unique. She looks like it's too similar to the Sour cover. Like, I like the whole thing of, like, the ring spelling out guts. That's cute. But, like, I don't like that it's, like, still her in a purple background, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Like, I saw it and I was like, girl, this is this literally. It's just a continuation of Sour, which, I mean, she looks good in it.
Yeah, I think I like that even though the cover is very similar to Sour, I feel like the actual, like, music is significantly different, so that's good.
Yeah. So, before we get into, like, the specific track list, like, what was, like, as a whole, like, first listen, what did you think of the album?
So, like, personally, I listened to it at, like, 7:45 in the morning when I was driving to school with my friend, and we were not feeling it. Like, it was not really the vibe. I didn't really like it, honestly, that much. I think I listened to like, All American and maybe, like, The Grudge, I think, maybe that morning, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't really like it. It wasn't really my vibe, but I re-listened to it, and I kept re-listening to it, and now I'm literally, like, obsessed. I listen to it 24/7.
Yeah.
You?
For me, I mean, I loved it the first time I listened to it. Okay, I had, like, very low expectations because I did not like Vampire or, like,
You didn't like Vampire?
No.
I liked Vampire. At first I didn't like Vampire, but it grew on me.
I couldn't get into it, but, like, so I had very low, I feel bad for saying this, but I had such low expectations.
Yeah.
And, like, but then I listened to it, and I think, like, the lyrics, and, like, I think the reason why I like Guts so much more than Sour is because Sour came out in 8th grade. Like, I was a dumb 13-year-old, and, like, I was just listening to the music because I thought it was good music. But, like, with Guts, like, I was actually
feel it.
Yes,
feel that.
it hits.
Yeah.
And like, I loved Guts, and I still love it, and I never shut up about it. So Sour or Guts?
Okay. Guts. I think Guts fits my music taste more because I love a ballad. I love a slow song. I love a sad song. But Guts, it just gives, like, more, like, anger, more, like, frustration. And I feel like that's so girlhood. It's like the stages of girlhood, and I love it.
She's going to show teenage angst.
And she's gonna show, like, growth. Like, you can see how much she's changed since, like, her freshman album to her sophomore album, and I feel like a lot of the times sophomore albums kind of suck. It's usually, like, first and third album are, like, good, but this album ate. Like, it ate.
Yeah. I really enjoy this album. I was very, very surprised. Okay, let's get into the actual track list. So, first is All American.
Bleep.
What did you think of this as the album opener?
For reference, Renee told our whole friend group which songs reminded her of us. That works grammatically. And she gave me All American, and honestly, I see it. This song is honestly me if I were a song. Because I go through phases where I'm like, so stressed, I'm so frustrated, and then I'm like, okay, chill. Like, I don't care about anything. And I feel like that's this song. It's like an emotional roller coaster, but I love it.
Yeah, when I first listened to the song, I was like, okay. But then, like, you really listen to it, and you're like, wow, this is a masterpiece. And, like, the lyrics really show, like, it's so teenage girl.
It is
like,
so teenage
it is
girl.
so teenage girl.
It's so 90s. It's so, like, early 2000s. And I know a lot of people were saying, like, oh, she's literally just trying to be, like, Christina Aguilera. Which, like, okay, yeah, there are, like, it is, like, definitely inspired by that era of music. But I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Do people not know how pop music works?
Exactly.
Like,
it's a recycle thing.
Literally. Like, people were like, Olivia Rodrigo's not original and blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my god, none of your favorite artists are original.
None of, like, the rappers are technically original. Like, no one is original, and that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Second, what is it? Second song.
Second track?
Second track.
Second track.
Bad Idea, right?
I don't like this song. I'm gonna be so for real right now. I don't like this song. But you share your opinions first.
Okay, like, I liked it when it first came out, but now I'm, like, listening to it more, and I'm like, it's okay. It's definitely it gives off the vibe as, like, of, like, a background track in, like, a 2000s movie.
Oh, like the car, like, it gives, like, montage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like, a filler. Yeah.
I think the reason I didn't like it is because it was, like, All American B was, like, messy, but this was messy in a way that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, it was too messy for me, and I didn't think that the lyrics flowed as well, especially, like, the chorus. I didn't like the chorus at all, personally.
It's, like, disorganized.
I like the intro, though.
Okay, third song, Vampire. No. Skip. I don't like it.
Okay, listen. Okay, wait, why don't you like it? I want to know why you don't like it.
I don't like the belting. Like,
yeah.
She has the pipes to belt it, but, like, I just don't like it. And, like, no.
Okay, I think the reason I like this one is because when I was younger and she came out with All I Want, that song was my jam. I loved All I Want. I listened to it 24/7, and this song, like, kind of reminded me of, like, All I Want's older sister. Like, you know, she's a little bit more angsty, she's a little bit more emo, but, like, we love that for her, you know? Yeah. So that's why I like this one. At first, though, I agreed with you. I didn't like it. It was, like, it was doing too much, especially the music video. I was like, what are you doing?
Literally, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I was, like, listening to this song in the car, and I was like driving with my dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, what is this? I was like...
Patrick was not a fan.
No. Okay.
Lacey.
This song, I really like this song now, but I didn't like it at first.
Okay. It felt very Taylor Swift to me. Very, like, folklore, very Evermore-esque Taylor Swift to me. It reminded me of Betty a little bit, honestly. Like, even the storyline a little. Yeah. But I enjoy this song now. I don't think it's near my favorite song in this album, but it's okay.
I'm gonna get really analytical and
do it.
So the production on this song is
No, say it.
the production is so good, like the harmonies and like the echoes and like when you're listening to the song and it's like completely dark in your room.
Yeah.
It really...
You know the part that I do like, though?
What?
The part where she's like, ooh, I care.
Yeah.
I love that part. Like,
it's so beautiful. Like,
it's, like, very angelic feeling.
Yeah, she really... Like, I feel like... Okay, I'm no professional singer, but I feel like her vocal... What's it? Her vocal technique really...
Yeah.
Ew.
No, say it. No, it's true.
I did choir for 1 year in high school. I know what I'm talking about. But... Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Obviously, she's a professional.
And, okay, even though this song is, like, definitely an okay in my book, I really, really, really appreciate, like, the actual meaning of the lyrics. Like, I feel like it's a very relatable story for a lot of girls our age. The whole feeling of, like, oh, there's always gonna be someone that's better than me. There's always gonna be someone that's, like, desirable for me to be. And it's, like... kind of like that longing to be somebody else. I love that. I love that.
The envy, and then there's like the jealousy.
And then the guilt of feeling jealous.
Yeah. That is, yes.
Yeah, it's so real.
Okay, I have opinions on this next song, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. Okay, wait. You go first, because I have very strong opinions on this song.
Okay. I think this one is kind of similar to Lacey in that, like, to me... Lacey is, like, the worst making the bed, and Ballad of a Homeschool Girl is, like, the worst All-American B. I like it, but I think the part where she just repeats social suicide over and over again, it was doing a little bit too much for me. I don't like repetition in my songs because I get bored. So that was my opinion, but you go.
The only reason I added this song to my playlist is because of the lyric, "Every guy I like is gay." And people on Twitter were ripping her apart, but it's like, it's relatable. Don't tell me you've never thought a guy was cute and it turns out he's gay.
And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because you didn't know, you know?
Yeah. And like, I like the screaming in this song. I don't know why it didn't hit for me in All American, but in this song, I like the part where she says like social suicide over and over again.
Yeah, okay. I think it's just like a personal preference kind of thing.
Yeah, and like
I would listen to it, you know, but
I have it downloaded.
Yeah, I see.
You can see all the songs, but that lyric really just, people were saying it was problematic. Like, it's,
I don't think that's
let's
problematic.
be serious.
I think it's truthful.
It's so relatable. Like,
I think that's just a theme for this whole album. It is just so like every line I'm like, yes, you get it, like you understand.
Yes. And I think that's also why Olivia Rodrigo is,
she's the perfect teenage belter, you know?
And this is why people compare her to Taylor Swift. Okay, first of all, I don't think she sounds like Taylor Swift in any way. Like, they both have that, like, confessional songwriting, but, like, in, like, musical, like...
In the musical sense? Yeah.
They don't sound the same.
Yeah, and I think there's also, like, such a difference in their, like... Even the stories of their songs. Olivia Rodrigo is, like, what, 19? Taylor Swift is, like, 34. There's such an age difference, and, like, so there's just a difference in their storylines. Like, she's great for people like us, teenage girls, who want to, like, see their experiences reflected in songs, and Taylor Swift is great for other things, you know?
Yeah.
It's completely different.
They're both so good. I don't know why people are constantly comparing them. Like,
it's just the thing of comparing women. Competition.
Yeah. And it's actually... It's so annoying. They don't even sound the same.
They don't. They really don't. You're gonna tell me that Get Him Back sounds like Ivy?
That's what, literally, like,
yeah. Be so for real.
This is my favorite song. I lost track on what number we're on, but it's Making the Bed.
Making the freaking bed,
it's
dude.
It's so good. I listened to this song, and I just started crying, because, like, it hits.
It hits. And, like... just something about, like, it feels ethereal, but it feels heartbreaking. It's so, like, multi-layered. It's literally like an onion.
You can really see, like, she's matured.
She's, like, she like, recognizes her flaws, and she's not afraid to, like, call them out, and I love her for that.
Yeah, she's like, what, 19, 20? But, like, this is such... Well, then again, this is coming from 16-year-old girls. Like, we've been through, like,
16 years of life experience doesn't give us that much. But you know what? It's okay.
Yeah. And, like, as I was listening to the album, I had, like, the Genius lyrics.
Oh,
like, I was, like, reading through. I was like, wow, she gets it.
She really does.
I think this is also another reason I like Guts so much more, is, like, Sour was definitely a heartbreak album.
Yeah.
And... Guts, like, there's definitely heartbreak songs, but it explores so much more.
I think that's one of the reasons why I like Guts more, because Sour, it felt like she was so helpless, and she was like, I don't know what to do without you, like, I don't know, like, who to be, except for, like, some of the more ragey songs, like Brutal. I love Brutal. But this song kind of felt like she's, like, finding herself. She's realizing that, like, she doesn't need a man to be happy. And she's, like, it's more about, like, her internal struggles, like, just being a girl and, like, being young. And I love that. And I just pulled up the lyrics to Making the Bed, because I need to, like, look at this.
Yeah, like, the part where she's like, I tell someone I love them just as a distraction, it's, like...
It's, like, you're realizing, Even just, like, the title, Making the Bed, like, she's making the bed that she's laying in. She's, like, setting up this situation for herself to be in. And, like, just, like, the double meaning? Oh, my God.
It's... Because, like... We do things to ourselves.
Exactly. It's self-sabotage. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get it.
She gets it, bro.
Okay, Logical.
I don't like Logical. I will be so for real right now. I don't like Logical. I don't like the chorus. I feel like it's awkward. 2 + 2 = 5. Girl, stop. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. It's giving 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
Okay, Logical, I like it because, like, the relatability of it.
Yeah, it's like you change the way that I think, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
And the... like, the teenage heartbreak experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the line said I was too young, I was too soft.
That,
it's very, like, All Too Well, but not in the same way that All Too Well is All Too Well. And in the way that the guy is trying to make himself seem like he's, like, so much more knowledgeable. He's so much more mature than you, and you know, you don't understand things, and you need to be taught how to do things. Yeah. I feel like that's such a common experience for, like, girls our age being told that we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, sometimes we don't, but we're not idiots, you know?
Especially by older guys and, like, craving validation from guys. And, like,
it's a sad reality, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a reality.
Like, I feel like some people just, like, let guys walk. I mean, I'm guilty of this. Like, having guys walk all over you because you just want that validation.
Yeah. And I think, okay, I know I just said I don't like the chorus, but I actually do really like the line, if rain don't pour and sun don't shine, then changing you is possible. I love that line. I feel like it flows so well in, like, the music.
I
like
really
the melody.
I really like the part where she's like, you know that line that says, I feel so stupid?
Yeah, I look so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she's, like, singing it, she's yelling that
she's
line.
like mad, and I love that for her.
Yeah, because I feel like when you get out of something and you look back, you're like, oh, what was I doing?
It's that realization.
Yeah.
That's what, oh my god, this line is like, yeah, that's like very much like, I look so stupid right now, you know?
Okay, now let's get into some more positive and upbeat songs. Get Him Back.
I love this song too. This song is so good. I love this song.
Again, with, like, the comparison of Sour and Guts. With Sour, like I said, like, she was very sad. But with Guts, she's, like, making jokes, like, about her ex-boyfriends. And that's so fun, because...
Yeah, she's realizing that, like, you know, it's okay. Like, it's alright that it's over now, and we can, like, look back and learn from these things, rather than, like, sit there and be sad.
He said he's 6'2", and I'm like, dude, nice try.
I love, oh, girl. This one has so many good, like, punchlines, and I love it so much. And also just, like, this is for brutal girls, and I am a brutal girl. Like, the song is, it's just perfection. I love it.
Yeah, like, the chorus, it's pop perfection.
Yeah.
And, I love the bridge. I
Yeah.
want to key his car. I want to make him lunch. I want to break his
Yeah.
heart. Yeah. Just, like, the going back and forth, like, I hate him, but I want him back, but I
Yeah, it's
hate
like
him.
it's like the on and off thing of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, why am I going back to this guy? He's hurt me so much. But like,
Yeah.
you can't stop. It's like kind of like that. It's like almost like an addiction kind of thing.
Yeah, the dopamine hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like the serotonin. Yeah, even though this is like a more like fun song, I love how it's still multi-dimensional. It's not just like a yell song. It's not just like a rage song. There's like feeling behind this, you know?
It's like you want to get them back, but you want revenge, but you want to love them because you miss them, but you don't really miss them because you hate them, and it's
an
messy.
Yeah, it's messy. But like I love that this album is messy. Sour, like it was, some of the songs were more messy, but I feel like especially with like Happier and like Deja Vu, like those songs felt very like clean cut. Like she kind of she wanted to come off as just being sad. This one she's being sad, she's being mad, she's being angry, you know, like she's all these things.
It's definitely a more fun album.
Yeah.
And I love that. Okay, this is my second favorite song. Love is Embarrassing. So, you go first. What are your opinions on it?
I like this song. I like the way it sounds. I don't think that I'm able to relate to the lyrics as much because I feel like I'm very like self-aware. I don't think that I'm just like in love, you know, all the time, but like I don't know. But what do you think?
Okay, I like the lyrics, but I like
the musical
aspect.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, it's upbeat, and I think it's also relatable.
Yeah. I love the line where she's like, "My God, love's embarrassing as hell." I feel like in the song it just sounds so good. It hits.
Yeah.
This to me is the most breakup rage song on this album. Like they're all definitely like more ragey, but this to me gives like breakup. This is, I think, most like her last album in my opinion.
The opening line, "I told my friends you were the one," after I'd known you like a month.
Yeah, I think that line, "I told my friends that you were the one," that to me gives very much Sour, because it's like this breakup is fresh. Like what, like she's like, "I thought that you were the one." Like what
the
are
delusion.
you doing? Yeah,
the delusion
exactly.
of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have like a lot to say. It's just one of those songs where it comes on.
It's one of the shorter songs on this track too. There's not as much like lyrically going on, but it's still good.
It's also like, what kind of men is she dating?
Exactly. I'm like, girl,
what are you doing?
Do we need to talk?
What do you mean he kissed some girl from high school?
And what do you mean he was crying to you over his ex-girlfriend?
Like,
girl.
You don't need him back. Leave.
The flags are crimson. They are neon right now.
Leave.
The Grudge. I haven't listened to this song that much, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to it a couple of times. I don't know, it never comes up when I play the album because I don't have premium.
The Grudge is for the people that never get over anything, ever. Me. So, I love this song. It's definitely, okay, if Logical and The Grudge were in, like, an arena together, The Grudge would beat Logical up.
Oh, yeah. She'd be bleeding.
Yeah.
She'd be on the floor.
Yeah, The Grudge is so much better than Logical. I love Logical, but
yeah,
lyrically, musically, vocally, it's just so much better.
I think I really like the chorus where she kind of like, she's like increasing like her,
Yes!
she's like I try to be tough but I want to scream, and then she gets like higher and higher, and it kind of feels like she's like reaching that like breaking point, like emotionally, where she's just like I'm done, like I don't know what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, for me, this song, it's like personal experience, like where you're so delusional over this person, and then the realization hits you, and it's like, wait, you are not a good person. And also, sorry, the bridge, your flowers filled with vitriol.
Oh, that kind of ate. And I also like the part where she's saying it takes strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong. And then in a later line, she says, "Yeah, I'm so tough when I'm alone." So it's like, I feel like that's also just like a comment on sometimes you don't need to be with someone to feel happy. You don't need to be with someone to feel like you're at your best. Sometimes you're just better off when you're alone. And I think this is her kind of like realizing that. Yeah.
People were saying the song was about, when I say people, I mean my Twitter explore page. Yeah. They were like, this song is about Taylor Swift. No, it is not. Get off of Twitter.
How is this about Taylor Swift?
This is about a man, okay?
This is about a man. Oh, these people trying to like pitch two women against each other make me so mad.
This is not about Taylor Swift.
They're in completely different genres, girl.
They don't have beef.
Yeah, they really don't.
But, like, the vocals on this album are, not album, well, yeah, on the album, but this song specifically is so good.
Yeah.
She's belting.
Oh, I'm on, like, the Genius website right now, and it's saying, like the whole like betrayal thing that she talks about in the first verse is very similar to Traitor, and I love that like callback. Like let's go back to Sour, because those feelings are still there, but they're not as potent as they were like during Sour.
Yeah, and that like kind of brings us into the next track. Like, she has a lot of songs on Guts that are like continuations of songs on Sour. Like, for example, The Grudge, like, is a continuation of Traitor, and Pretty Isn't Pretty is like a continuation of Jealousy.
And that brings us perfectly into Pretty Isn't Pretty.
Yeah. Pretty Isn't Pretty
I love this song.
It's so good.
Oh god, it's so vibey. Like, it's just it's so relatable. It's sad that it's relatable, but it is so relatable. You talk about it first though.
So, I mean, when you're a teenager, there's so much pressure, and I'm gonna sound like such an old person, but like, my parents used to be like, oh, social media is like ruining you, and I was like, yeah, whatever, but like, it is. I had to delete like all of my socials. Like,
when you're seeing those influencers on Instagram and all of the filters and everyone looking so perfect, you start to feel like crap, and there's no way that you can't start to feel like crap when this is constantly being thrown at you, that all these other people are perfect and they're living perfect lives and they look so perfect all the time.
People say like, oh, it's all fake, and it's just, you can't get that message into your mind, you know? Like, you know it's fake, but
yeah. And it's like, it's the line, and the first line in the chorus where she's like, pretty isn't pretty enough, what do you do? And that's the thing, there's nothing that you can do except for like make yourself feel better, like heighten your self-confidence.
Yeah, it's like hopelessness.
Yeah, it's like you're right.
You're just stuck with yourself.
And there's like nothing that you can do, and like you hate yourself so much, and there's just all of this hate, and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah, and it's all in your head too. Like, just the pressures of society and like your internal
psyche, your internal like, hatred for yourself.
Yeah, and just, it's so hard constantly comparing yourself all the time. And everyone goes through it. Like, some people are more open about it, but everyone. And
even it's simple things. You walk in the hallway and you know you see that this girl's makeup is perfect, and you're like, wow, I could never be like that. Like, I could never do that. I'm not good enough. And I love this line in the bridge where she's like, I chase some dumb ideal my whole bleeping life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I love that she's saying, like, this is dumb. Why are we doing this? Like, she's, like, calling it out, but she's also, like, calling out the fact that we don't need to be doing this. It doesn't have to be like this, but it is like this.
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, it really does not matter, but it does.
It feels like it, yeah.
Because your whole life, you're just trying to be, like, this perfect version of yourself, and when you, like, in the end, you know, it doesn't matter, but...
And there's no way you can ever get there.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible to reach that, like, perfect, pretty standard. Like, it's impossible. And I don't think that... This song isn't just about the way you look. And I think that might, like, be a misconception. I don't think that she's just talking about, oh, like, I feel like my face isn't pretty. I think she's just talking about, in general, trying to reach that, like, quota of being good enough. Especially in her industry, because she's, like, you know, being a celebrity, I'm sure that the standards are, like, so much higher for her, too.
Yeah. We're in the last track of the album.
This is, like, sad. This is so fun.
Yeah, I love giving my very strong opinions on music. Teenage Dream, I don't like this song.
Oh. I actually love this song. I'm not gonna lie, but you go first. I want to know why you don't like it.
Okay. The ending is nice, but, like, it's boring. And I think the lyrics are so meaningful, and, like, I get where she's coming from, but I just don't like it. I'm sorry. But, like I said, the lyrics are really good.
Yeah, I feel like this song and Pretty Isn't Pretty are similar in the sense of, like, I don't feel good enough, but Teenage Dream, I think I like Teenage Dream because it's, like, that longing to be perceived as more mature, as more, like, worthy, as more able, more, like, willing to do things. And, you know, she's saying, when am I going to stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? Like, I don't want to be seen as, like, a child prodigy. I don't want to be seen as all these things. I just want to be seen as, like, someone who's, like, able, you know?
Yeah, I feel like when you're so young and you get all this praise and validation, and then you grow up and you just stop receiving it, it's like, oh, did I do something wrong? It's
just, like, you're just, like, normal now, you know?
Yeah, like, the realization that, like, you're just like everyone else.
Exactly. And I think it's also, like, it's the thing of, like, oh, you're so good at XYZ for being a girl. Or for, you're so good at XYZ for your age. Like, you know, it's like, don't say for my age. I want to be good at something because I'm good, you know?
I think she's talking about the music industry, and, like, she's so young, she's breaking all these records.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of, like, tabloids that are saying, like...
So much pressure on her, too.
Yeah, Olivia Rodrigo is, like, so good for, like, only being 19, 20.
Yeah.
It's, like, I get where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't, because I'm not
but, like, I think that it's, like, it's such a good idea because it's so it's so applicable in so many different situations, you know? And I also think that there's, like, another meaning to this song in saying, like, I'm sorry that I always can't be, like, this happy-go-lucky, like, it's, like, I'm just a teenager, like, all my problems don't matter, like, you know, that kind of thing, where it's, like, yeah, maybe they don't matter in the long run, but they matter now, and they hurt now, and even though it might seem arbitrary to somebody older, like, that doesn't mean that, like, we don't have feelings just because we're teenagers, you know?
Yeah, I don't like when people are trying to give you advice, and it's like, this won't matter in 5 years. It's like, I don't care about what's happening in 5 years. Like, I care about what's happening now, and right now it hurts.
Oh my god, this when does wide-eyed affection and all good intentions start to not be enough? Oh, songwriting? Oh my god, it's unmatched. Like, it's actually, like, I don't know why I never read these lyrics. This is my first time reading most of these lyrics because I normally just listen to the songs, but, like, even the bridge, they all say that it gets better the more you grow. You know, like, this feeling of, like low self-esteem and not liking yourself and feeling like you're so different from everybody else and, like, nobody gets you. And I know that's so, like, cliche. It's like, nobody gets me, but, like, truly it feels like that sometimes. Yeah. You know?
And her questioning, like, it gets better, but what if it doesn't? Like, I think about that all the time.
It's just the hopelessness, like we were talking about before.
Truly, what if it doesn't get better? You just get used to it.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I don't think that, at the end of the day, everyone was once a teenager, and I don't think that you necessarily ever grow out of your teenager habits. I think you just get used to it. In the workplace, there's still going to be people that just cause unnecessary drama. There's still going to be people who try to step all over you and try to make themselves look better over you. There's always going to be those people, but you just have to kind of learn to just deal with it, you know?
Yeah, if you think about it, there are a lot of adults today that act like
Mm-hmm.
your typical teenager. Like,
Yeah. I don't really think that you grow out of it. I think it changes, it morphs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it ever leaves you, you know?
Mhm. Because I know some adults that just, like, I wouldn't even
Petty,
do.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the album.
That's it. She said everything that needs to be said, and she
Mm-hmm.
said it so eloquently, and she said it so beautifully, and in a series of, like, amazing songs, and I'm so proud of her for that.
She beat the sophomore slump.
She really did. She really did. I did not. Last year was horrible, but I'm glad that she got it.
Sophomore year was...
Ooh,
Sophomore year was a year.
Interesting year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for listening to our very amazing and professional podcast and review of this amazingly crafted album of Olivia Rodrigo.
But look on vandergriffvoice.com for more podcasts. The Vandergriff Voice podcast series is definitely a little chaotic, but we love that here.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye.